Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a 2008, it's a Honda CR-V, and the complaint is that we have a rattling noise in the left front when you go over bumps. So I'm going to take you in the car, we're going to take a ride around, and we'll see what it sounds like, and then we're going to bring it back, take that wheel off, and we'll figure out what's going on with it, and we're going to do the repair. I have a suspicion that it's going to be a bad sway bar link or stabilizer link. It's actually very common, but let's take it for a ride, and we'll see what it looks like. So come on, let's take a ride, and hopefully you can hear it. You should be able to hear it going in the driveway. Let's see. Hear it? Try it again. Hear it? Okay. Well, let's get inside and let's figure out what's going on. Now that we have the wheel off, now I told you the noise is on the left front, which I already know what the problem is. But basically what we're going to be doing first is we're going to check the tie rod ends here. And the way you check a tie rod end is you lift it up and down. Up and down play is no good. Twisting it side to side is normal. The next thing we're going to check is we're going to check where the sway bar connects onto the body of the vehicle itself. And as you can see in here, it's still very tight inside there. But the problem I was telling you about, remember I said the sway bar or stabilizer link, that's this piece right here. And the way you would test that is you come in here with a very long pry bar or screwdriver and you lift up and down. And I hear no play in there whatsoever. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in through the top, right through here, and push down on it. Hear that? That noise is actually coming from right inside this socket right here. So this socket is actually worn out. I'll show you again. Hear it? So that's where our noise is coming from. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get in here with some penetrating oil. And we're going to spray this up with penetrating oil. And then we're going to take these nuts off and we're going to replace it with a new one. So let me get some penetrating oil and we'll let it soak for a minute. Okay, so now we have our 17mm wrench on the nut. We actually have our Allen key in here to hold it, and now we're going to try to break it loose. And what we're doing is we're rotating the nut, and we're just holding the center stud in position with that Allen key. We're going to turn it back in and we're going to spray some more lube on there. I'm going to try to work it out again. And that's it, it came right off. Now this vehicle's got over 200,000 miles on it, and it came off pretty easily. Alright, so now that we have this one off here, we're going to continue with the same thing on the bottom. So let me get that one off. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Take that nut off on the bottom, and once it's off, we'll come right back. Now you can see I got the ratchet back in here to hold the bolt in the back. I got my 17mm wrench on it, and now we're going to try to break it loose. I will tell you this is extremely tight. Okay, it is moving. Okay, and that's it, it's off. Now, to be very truthful with you, honestly, I did not think that that thing was going to come off. This has over 200,000 miles on this vehicle, and rust is a real big issue underneath here, but that's the joint that went bad in here. And normally when you can't get these out, you got to cut these off, and that gets to be a little bit of a pain in the rear end, but that's it, it's all set. All right, let's grab the new one, let's put it back together, and let's get this job out of here. Now, I will tell you this. You know I like to use this product here. This is actually made by Moog. And the reason I like to use this, you saw how much of a pain in the rear end that was to get that out of there. If that bolt there, if that Allen key were to strip out, it makes it extremely difficult getting that out of there. The thing I like about the Moog is that you actually hold a wrench in the back like that, and then you take that nut out. So that's why I like the Moog, because if and when we ever have to do this again, we'll never have to worry about fighting with it or the possibility of that Allen key stripping out right there. If it strips out, it's a big problem. All right, so now we're going to take our replacements and we're going to get them caught back in there. We're going to catch the bottom one first. We're not going to tighten anything yet. So we're going to put it through here where it came out. We're just going to catch the bottom nut very loosely. And now we're going to pull down on the sway bar to get the new bolt back through there. So we're going to get in here. We're going to get in with a little screwdriver or whatever, a pry bar, and just pry down on it like this. I hope you can see okay. Like that. And now we have them caught. We're going to come in the back with our 18 millimeter. Hold it like that. And now we'll tighten it up. Okay, nice and tight. Now we are going to make this a little bit tighter. I'm going to get in here with a longer wrench, of course. I mean a socket. But that's nice and tight. We'll take this out. And now we'll come down on the bottom. And we'll do the exact same thing. We'll tighten up the bottom. So let me get this tightened up, and we'll get this job wrapped up and out the door. Alright, that's it. Take our wrench out. Alright, it is tight. I am going to go back in here with a breaker bar, and I'm going to make sure everything is nice and tight. I'm going to throw this wheel on, and we're going to take it for a road test. Now that we have the 18 millimeter here tight, and the 18 millimeter on the bottom tight, we're going to take all our tools out of here, and we're going to lubricate it, of course. Let me just bring you in there, I'll show you why. The replacements, they have grease fittings right here, so we are going to pump some grease into here, and of course the one up on top underneath here as well. We're going to grease into there too, and that's it. We'll put the wheel on. We're going to clean up a little bit of that oily residue that's in here. We'll put the wheel on and let's take it for a test drive. Okay, let's take it for a ride and see what it sounds like. Let's bounce it up and down the driveway first. Sounds good now. All right, let's take it for a spin and make sure it's okay. Oh yeah, nice and quiet. No more rattling at all. All right, let's shoot around the block and we'll head back to the garage. Oh yeah, nice and quiet. Okay, sounds nice and quiet. All right, one more bounce up the driveway. Let's see what it sounds like. And nice and quiet. So that's it. You can see it's all done. The hardest part of this whole job is if you strip out that Allen key that actually holds the part of the sway bar from rotating when you try to take that nut off. But as long as you don't strip that out, you should be fine. All right, that's it. Job's done. Out the door and on to the next. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.